great George Harrison. Let me tell you a little bit about our honoree, and if you hear something you like, I know you're not going to try it on Christmas. George Harrison was born on February 25th, 1943 in Liverpool. I know we have a few Brits. After a stint playing with his group, the Rebels, George, together with his schoolmate, Paul McCartney, joined John Lennon's Quarry Band, setting the stage for what would become the world's most famous musical group, the VIEOS. I should mention, it's unbelievable, he was only 15 years old. Over the course of the Beatles' legendary career, George played the role of guitarist, singer, and songwriter. His contributions to the Beatles' catalog include such popular hits as I Need You, Taxman, While My Guitar Gently Something, and Here Comes the Sun. His lifelong interest in Indian culture affected all of the Beatles in their musical exploration. Following an incredible journey with the Beatles, George released his first solo album, All Things Must Pass. It was introduced to worldwide acclaim, and it was followed by further major recordings, the bulk of which went gold. Now let me argue that the concert from Bangladesh
A million people back
the
here, so next
concert
you're going to push
featured
those
George's friends Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, John Silver, Leon Russell, Ringo Starr, and others. As a response to a world crisis, the concert was like nothing that the music business had witnessed up to that point, and it earned a Grammy for the Album of the Year in 1973. In 1987, on the heels of George's top 10 album, Cloud 9, he formed the traveling Wilburys. Jeff Lynne, Roy Orbison, and Tom Petty. Handle with Care was the Wilburys' first single, and it caught the world by surprise. The Wilburys would go on to earn a Grammy and are still remembered as the supergroup with no equal. After a life of excursions in the arts and spiritual adventures, George Harrison passed away in 2001. The following year, a concert for George was organized by Eric Clapton and Olivia.
Be nice.
Filled with the Royal Albert Hall, his former bandmates, Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr. Tom Petty and Jeff Lynne created a magical night. The event captured something of the warm and intense impact George had on those fortunate enough to know him. His songwriting was powerful enough to set new standards in the recording field. His love for humor and film turned him almost inadvertently into an important movie producer. And without a doubt, his contribution to the Beatles left an indelible mark on that band's music and character. We hear it still. In memory of John Lennon and George Harrison, dedicated fans have met once a year at the Star, where they hold a candlelight vigil. And now they will have a second Star to commemorate these two incredible. We should also mention that Martin Scorsese is currently directing a documentary feature about George's remarkable life. And now, please welcome to the stage Olivia Harrison and we're going to hear from them, but there's some other speakers first. Our first speaker today is an English comedian, actor, author, singer, and composer of comic songs. He wrote and performed as a member of the internationally renowned British comedy group Monty Python. Please welcome Eric Idle.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be here to speak on behalf of George
when Olivia asked me to do this, I was a bit worried because I didn't know quite what I could say. I was thinking, you know, what would George think about a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? And I thought I heard his voice saying, it's a load of old bollocks. And I didn't really want to say that. And so I asked Ringo, I said, well, what shall I say about George's star? And Ringo said, what about mine? And I said, well, they don't give drummers stars in Hollywood. And he said, what about Barbara Bach? Gotcha, see? That was clever of him. Because he's smart that way. But I'm very, very pleased that Sir Paul McCartney is here today. Because I thought, and it's not necessarily very well known, that he just behaved impeccably during George's demise. During the long time George was dying, Paul was there and was just wonderful and supportive in a way that you would just not imagine. Well, you'd want a friend and an old colleague to be there with you. And it's not terribly well known, but George actually died in Paul's house, which is a rather an amazing fact. And it's one of the reasons I won't go and stay with John Cleese. But I'm glad Paul's come out today because this week he has Coachella, which I thought until recently was a vaginal disease. But it's apparently something you come back from the desert with. So there we are. But Paul, I mean, George, I think the thing that one can say about George is that he was the most remarkable person. He had the most wonderful sense of humor. And the most wonderful thing that makes me so proud is that he leaves two extraordinary people. His wonderful widow, Olivia, his dark-street lady, the love of his life. And his son, Danny, who he was inordinately proud of. And would be even more proud of. And the only words I can think of for George is, it's all down to what you value. Thank you very much indeed.